Welcome to Part B of Prepare Financial Statements. In Part A, you learned how to prepare the income statement, both the single-step income statement and the multi-step income statement. In this part, you'll learn how to prepare the statement of stockholders' equity and the balance sheet, and I also will show you the completed statement of cash flows. Now you're ready to prepare the statement of stockholders' equity. Please take out a scratch piece of paper and use the adjusted account balances on the following page and the net income from the income statement you just barely prepared to prepare a statement of stockholders' equity, which is also known as the statement of shareholder equity. Here's a formatting hint. Label it with the company name, specify that it's the statement of stockholders' equity, and also specify the accounting period. Once again, this will be from March 1st X1 to December 31st X1 because we just barely started the company in March 1st. In future periods, it'll be for a year ended December 31st. The first column will be your common stock. The beginning balance, we had no common stock issued and outstanding. Then we issued some common stock, and we're going to include the number of shares in one column and the dollar amount related to those shares in another column to arrive at your ending balance. Retained earnings is a little tricky because the beginning balance will come from the adjusted trial balance. However, that retained earnings will not yet have been adjusted for net income less dividends. It's here on the statement of retained earnings that you'll arrive at the ending adjusted retained earnings that will go on the balance sheet. In this case, we started with no retained earnings from the past because it was a brand new company. We're going to add the net income from the income statement, deduct the dividends to arrive at the ending adjusted retained earnings, which will go on the balance sheet. The accounts to be used from the adjusted trial balance are capital stock and dividends. You'll also include net income from the statement of retained earnings. You will not show all this detail on the statement of retained earnings. You'll just show the net income being added. Statement of shareholders' equity or stockholders' equity is quite simple to put together. We explained how common stock changed, and we explained how retained earnings changed. We started with no retained earnings because it was a brand new business, but then we added this year's net income, deducted this year's dividends to arrive at the ending retained earnings, which will go on the balance sheet. Common stock, we just issued 1,000 shares for $100,000 to give our ending common stock. These ending balances are going to appear on our balance sheet.